Hey guys, how you doing? I'm going to log in a little bit early and just have a chat with people who are here and there. Have any, see if there's any questions. At the start, I'm going to talk about some sort of other stuff. Hey George,
Hey Paul, how you doing?
Good, thanks. Sorry guys, kindly can't get in. Just want to check what's going on there. Waiting for host. We've got a host. That's Are we live? Are we live, Mai?
Sorry, yes, we are live.
That is okay. Hi, everybody, and welcome along for this episode of Meet Your Trading Experts live and free. We're away a couple of minutes early. I'm sure we'll see a few more people come wandering in as we get underway. Look, the agenda for today, the plan is that I'm going to talk for a few minutes at the start. I'm going to take you through how to win a $500 trading account. How many of you would like to win a $500 trading account?
I really would. How are you, mate?
How are you going?
Hold on, let me put on my camera so everybody can see my beautiful face too.
I am just trying to let Kylie know she's trying to get in. Nice to see you, Orlando. Gosh, it is a bit dark at your place. There you go, mate. Still a bit dark. What time is it in El Salvador?
It's 4:59, 5 a.m.
5 a.m. And have you been to bed or are you awake all the way through?
No, I just woke up like 10 minutes ago. I actually was taking a nap.
Other people sleep through the night, Orlando.
Yeah, I have intermittent sleeping schedules, actually.
Mate, George, how about you? What's the time in Johannesburg?
It's 1 p.m. In the afternoon, so...
Oh, that sounds a lot more social, doesn't it? I mean, it's
beautiful.
Yes, midnight here. We're just on the official time. We should be underway. Now, this show will be streaming to YouTube. And let me see. Okay, I think we've got... right, look, so we're up. I'm going to grab the screen. And, there we are. There's George. Hey, George, how you going?
Great, thanks.
Good. Look, we're going to get to you guys in a few minutes. I want to take the people in the room through a reasonably simple process, and it's about how to win a $500 trading account. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Mai, can you actually, I might just give it a couple of minutes before I do that. Normally, I go through a bit of a market update before we do that. I'm not going to do that today because we're expecting a number of the team in the next period of time. I'm going to ask the guys that are here just to say a quick hi and just tell us, who you are and what you're talking about on the weekend. Just really quickly, we're going to come back and do it in a bit more detail as we go along. Let's start with Shukri. How are you, Shukri?
We can't hear you.
Shukri, we can't hear you, buddy. Your microphone must be down. Are you talking? I can't see you.
Okay, I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin, okay, which is like the most exciting thing in the entire universe now, and also cryptocurrencies this weekend, especially with regards to the 318,000 target given by Citibank.
318,000.
Yes, and it's an FX guy. It's the MD of Citibank who was heading.
Trust those FX guys, Shukri. Just don't. Gosh.
Because crypto guys only have it at 80, Paul. But okay, FX, welcome, come in.
Yeah, look, it's so Bitcoin at the moment 17,000, 16,600, somewhere around there, isn't it?
Yes, 17,000. And see, this confounds everyone because the big institutions are buying it. And I can show you some data, because we can see your data. It's really weird. It's going up. And the number of people selling is going down.
We'll do your we'll do your pitch and your stuff a bit later on. You can talk a bit more detail about that. We're just saying hi to everyone as they come in. We've got Geoff in the show. Geoff, how are you going? Jeff's not a co-host. We can't answer that yet.
Yeah, I can answer, but I can't share my camera.
Every time you laugh, you get your picture on there.
There you
Jeff,
go.
you okay?
Going well, mate. Yes. G'day, Shukri. G'day, George. How you doing, mate? And Big O. How are you, mate?
How's everything in Tassie?
Mate, perfect one day and better the next.
Mate, look, before we get around to everybody else, we've got a few more of the hosts coming in. Look, the point for today is to see if we can get the people who are going to do the show talk a little bit about themselves and what they're going to talk about, so that the people who are watching can work out what shows they want to watch, what shows they want to be at. It's 2 huge days coming up. New Opportunities Expo. It is 2 big days. There's a lot of presenters, and I want people to sort of get a feel for what's going to be spoken about. And we've got Kylie coming in. I know we've got George in here from South Africa. Many other people won't have seen George for a few years now. Kylie is a new face to them, and we've got Nick coming in from America towards the end. Naughty Nick, the one of the most pleasant. Whenever I go to America, one of the things that I enjoy to do is just catch up with Nick and have an evening out. He's just a very, very good man. A man who's been helping work towards. He has a company called I Speak Love, and he goes around the world talking about creating peace on the planet. He's just a cool, and he's not a. I don't mean to say this in a nasty way. He's not a greeny green or anything like that. He's just a good guy with some good values. You'll love hearing from him. He should be in right on 8 p.m. Singapore for a few minutes as well. I know Kylie's having some issues getting in. She's getting in. Keep looking away. I'm trying to find her. She's not far away. But I'm going to get Mai. Can you post the link into the chat, please? The $500 account chat. Now, guys, we would like some of you guys to have a chance to win this $500. Don't die, Orlando.
No worries, mate. No worries, mate. Just allergies.
Okay. Just allergies. I'm allergic to waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning as well. Now, if you want to know how to win this $500 account, this is all that you need to do. I'm going to show you not only how to get in the draw, because many of you are in the draw, but how to give yourself the best chance of winning. It's a really simple thing. I'm going to ask you guys to click on this link here. And when you click on this link here, it'll open up another page. I'm going to share that page for you guys from Zoom in a moment. And guys, we will get to the presenters reasonably soon. We did promise everybody we would do this. And when you click on that link here, it's going to bring you to this page here. And just because I tested all of this earlier on today, and it took me to another way into this page, which was a bit easier for me, but now, if you have entered the draw, I've just filled in the details, so I'm in the draw, and this is really where the key is, right? That for entering the draw, what you get is you get 10 points. 10 points. Every point's one thing in the draw. If you want to get an extra 50, make sure you register for the live event. You know the live event. Gosh, there's some ugly guys there, aren't there? My gosh. Where are the? If you register for the live event, you're getting extra 50 chances to win. And if you want to score more points, I'm just trying to untangle this a little bit. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, get more points. Subscribe to the Telegram channel, get more points. Like our Facebook page. Use your link and post it around the place and invite some other people to come along. And what will happen is every time you do it, you'll get more points. And every time you get more points, you get more chances to win the $500. So for those of you who are wondering how to win the $500 account, use the link that's in the chat. Click there. Mai, can you ask Angel to get hold of Kylie and get us some help, please? I need to find out why she's not in here, whether she's got the wrong link or what's going on. Mai. Delilah.
Sorry, yes, I'll message her now.
Cheers, Mai. Thank you very much. Now, as well as during the weekend on Saturday, we're going to give away a $500 trading account as a draw for this competition. All you got to do is register and be there. The other thing we're going to do here is we're going to give our leader, the person with the most points, now I'm coming 32nd. I'm not allowed to win at the moment. Rochelle is winning. She's on 335 points. And the person that's got the most points at the end of Sunday will win a $500 trading account. So all you've got to do to get the points is register for the competition, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow our Facebook page, and share the link around your social media to get some extra points to have the chance to catch Rochelle and win that $500. We'll be giving both of those out, $500 account. We'll be giving both of those out this Saturday. Now, one of the things we'll be doing today, gosh, I feel like I'm speaking really quickly, and sometimes I do that. People tell me that, right? It's wonderful to see you all. The panelists, it's nice to Kylie, you're in as well. That's good to see. Mike, you can tell Angel that you and I fixed it, that you and I got Kylie in. It's no need to worry about it. We sorted that out. That would be really great. Now, so there's two parts to the show today, and the first part to the show is the part we've just done, and we've had a lot of people who have registered for this $500 win a $500 account thing. Just to give you a figure, I think around 5,000 people have signed up to that promotion, and we want to talk about it a little bit for those people. And look, some of those will be on YouTube, some of them on the Facebook's live streaming. They'll be all over the place. Maya's watching those things for questions. If you've got any questions, guys, and you're out there on the live stream, just put them in the box, and Maya bring them into the webinar and let us know. And same when the guys are talking, but we want to let them know how it works. So this is how it works. Any month that we do an advertisement for that program, we will give away a prize. So October, we did an advertisement. We gave away a prize. We have a winner. In November, we're doing an advertisement. We'll give away a prize. We'll have a winner. In fact, we're going to have two winners, one on the 21st and one on the 22nd of November, one on the Saturday of the event, one on the Sunday of the event. Now in December, if we advertise again, then we'll be giving a prize again. If we don't advertise, we'll stop prizes until the next time we advertise. But when we do, everyone who's ever entered is live. So if you are in that competition and you've entered, as long as we keep, whenever we promote it, you'll be put back in the draw and you'll have the chance to win the $500 account. And not only that, one of the things we do, and we don't put this in the thing, but look, if you need some help, we'll give you some help. There's just no point in having a $500 account and no knowledge. It won't take you anywhere. So if you need some help, we'll give you a little bit of help as well. Now, welcome to all the attendees. It's good to have you guys along today. I love my show. It's nice to have you in. A little bit different today. We're talking to the hey Charlene, how you going? It's been a while. Hope things are good for you in Cape Town. Cape Town, Joburg. Oh, sorry, that's South Africa. Crystal, good to see you along as well. Helen, always nice to have you in. Joe, nice to have you in the show. Lots of you, John. Look, good to see you guys all in today. And look, I'm going to ask you during this session as we go that if you have any questions, just to ask the questions. And what we will do is we will have the team answer them. The real point of today is to have you guys work out who you want to make a real effort to listen to over the weekend. Welcome in, Ash. Nice to have you in as well, mate. Gosh, got lots of people in it. Is really cool. Now, what I'm going to do in a few minutes, I'm just going to go through the presenters, and I'm just going to ask them to speak about, introduce themselves, a little bit about their trading history, or if they're not traders, a little bit about what put them into their topic, and then I'm going to ask them to talk a little bit about what they were talking about on the weekend. So, I would say as an example that I've been trading Forex for about 12 or 13 years now. That it's been my sole source of income. While I have property that's not for that's for living in, or for friends and family to live in more than for profit particularly. So trading has been my sole income now for about 12 years. I trade a combination of strategies, but really I trade my own view of the market, if you like. When I look at a chart and I see something that's obvious, I trade it. And when I look at the chart and I can't see anything obvious, I don't trade it. I'll be talking on Saturday at 5:45 p.m. Notice the new time, please, 5:45 p.m. I'll be speaking straight in the gap between Scott Styris and Andre Adams, the two cricketers. The cricketers will be good. You guys will be surprised. The cricketers will be wonderful. And I will be talking about how to trade Forex risk-free. Even for the existing class, you should come along because we are going to give you guys a chance to have a new account. For all those in Singapore with the IFS account or on the Fusion Markets account, we are going to run a promotion with a Fusion Markets account for you guys. And we're going to teach you guys, we're going to run a program which teach you guys a brand new strategy. We're going to launch the STEP strategy in a couple of weeks. We're going to preview it in that. And when I'm speaking, we're going to show you how to trade risk-free. And that's where you guys should listen to me. And of course, because I'm the best. I'm going to have a quick look at the questions now. I'm going to try and stop talking. Is there anything for me in the questions? Hey, Cape Town, of course it was, Sally. And I don't know how I get that. Hey, is it Mafundo? I'm really bad at pronunciations. Welcome along, mate. Nice to have you in the room. There's the company of the link, a part of ATW. So, Gerard, there's Actions to Wealth, and there's Online Trading Profits, which is our online brand, if you like, and New Opportunities Expo is our, if you like, our trade show, for want of a better word. It's a multi-speaker event. So they all fit under Actions to Wealth. Some under Actions to Wealth Singapore, some under Actions to Wealth New Zealand, some under Actions to Wealth Asia in different ways, but we're all inside the same company. Really, they are run by the same people. Right? Can I have look? Before I do this, guys, I'm really excited about the weekend. It's been a really great week and a couple of weeks. I'm really humbled by the quality of the speakers that have been available to us. And to a man, we've made a phone call and said, or a Skype call and said, hey, would you come and speak at this thing? And they've all just said, yes, I'd love to. They've been fantastic to deal with. And I didn't really think first time up we would get a quality of speaker like we have. They've been amazing. And I'm really looking forward to the weekend. Also the team, as you guys know, we're a very small team, and boy, we have worked hard in the last couple of weeks to put this thing together. And I really appreciate the efforts of James and Angel, Lisa, the new girl on Infusionsoft. Boy, we have done some work this week and the week before, and it's really nice to see it coming together. I'm really excited to see it on the weekend. I'm heading away up to our chalet up in Wakuni, where you guys saw some video of me recently, and just going to spend the 2 days just focused on the event, away from the family, just trying to make sure it's brilliant. And I really want it to be brilliant. I really encourage you guys. We've done a really big affiliate program, and reach out to your friends, use your affiliate link, and make your own decisions. You can have a 20% rebate on what they buy, or you can give them 10% off and keep 10%, or you can give them 20% off. It doesn't matter. It's whatever you want to do with it, but bring your friends along and let them listen to some of these people, because these people are good. I'm going to speak in between speakers about some of the people that won't be here today. I'm going to talk a little bit about Leon Ho. I'm going to talk a little bit about Michael Bourne. I'll talk a little bit about, you guys have seen Ray a few times recently, so I won't necessarily do him, but I'm going to do that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to ask one of the people who speaks a lot for us to start off tonight. I'm going to keep Kylie and George for a few minutes, just so they can listen to a few guys, get into the run of it. We've heard a little bit from Shukri. Orlando, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're going to be talking about on the weekend, and why people should listen to you. Orlando. You guys are all here, right? I'm not talking to myself, right?
I'm here.
Oh, there we go. Geoff, what are you talking about on the weekend? When are you talking, and why should people listen to you?
What I'm talking about on the weekend will be...
Sorry, mate. I don't mean to interrupt so early, but are you and Ash going to do this together or separately?
I think
do it together.
We can probably to and fro. We're normally together. Why not?
Yeah, we are normally together. Cannon and ball.
What are we called this week?
Well, we're trading buddies. That's what we're going. That's what we'll be discussing on the
Abbott
at the
and Costello and the Two Stooges. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So I suppose a little bit about us both. I mean, I've been trading for about 15 years now, and professionally for the majority of that. And you guys, many of you guys do know me. I do speak quite a lot for different events. And Geoff and I don't know, when do we start our relationship, Geoff? I mean, I know we've been sort of doing the show for about 2 years, but...
Well, we first slept together in Bali.
Yes.
I think that was...
You guys do sound terrible when you talk about this stuff.
well, it was actually on a bed late at night, guys, but,
Not making it sound any better, Geoff. It was a very late night. It was a massive bed. I was very drunk, so I lay down on Geoff's bed for 5 minutes. But
moving back into trading,
and he's now got a baby.
Yeah,
2 years old too. You're going to talk about your trading, Ash. I think it's probably a good place to start.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think Geoff and I did meet in Bali. It was about 4 years ago now. And we just hit it off. We had a really good time together. And ever since then, we've been talking about maybe doing some shows together. And as many of you guys know, we were trading the London session, but now we've moved it to the US session. And it's really bloomed into quite an incredible session. I mean, we do so many different things on the show. We're trying to grow with each other. You know, we have grown with each other. We've shared quite a lot of ideas and adapted each other's trading potential and adapted each other's trading results over the years. And we just share the stuff that we're learning. So we have different things going on each day. On a Monday, we will do a market review, and we'll trade right the way through to Thursday, taking live trades and doing lots of education. But it's really, you know, the focus is on us being trading buddies, and how important it is to have trading buddies. And everybody that's in the show, in a way, I suppose, becomes our trading buddies, don't they, Geoff? And we have Shukri in on a Tuesday talking about cryptocurrencies, and it's fascinating how when you start to exchange ideas with people that have expertise in an area that you don't have, how much it can grow your trading, even though you may not be trading the same products as they are. You know, you and I don't trade the same products, Geoff. You tend to trade currencies. I'm much more indices and stocks and shares, but to a degree, I will trade anything that moves. But that's a lot down to the fact that my education and my knowledge has grown because of our trading buddies kind of program and the week that we spend together and with others that pop in.
Yeah, look, I think when I first started trading, which again is, you know, it's kind of that magic 12, 13 years ago thing, isn't it? You're 15, I know. I took up trading fairly late in life. I'm 63, I'm 64 next week, actually. And I think the reason that I started was pretty much because I wanted to go into retirement with a retirement income, because I haven't been the wisest with my cash over the years, and I think the decision to take this up was very, very good, and I've been well rewarded for that over the years. What I felt at the time I started was despair, shock, anger, because I was promised so much and delivered so little, and I thought, when I came out of my first 2-day course, that I was left high and dry. And I thought down the track, and certainly now, that, oh, wow, wouldn't it have been great if I had someone to talk to whilst I was actually sitting there trading and trying to get this thing right, you know, trying to work it out. So I've always wanted that. And to a certain degree, through my first mentor, which is pretty much where I met Paul, in an online trading group. And we've been pretty much together since then, and that's going back goodness knows how long now. Paul will probably answer that question. So I guess in many ways it was lovely to sit down with Paul late at night sometimes and have a look at the charts and compare notes and say, well, what do you think about this and what do you think about that? And I think Ash and I just kind of roll off each other fairly well like that, because it really is just a chat. You know, the whole idea, it was just for he and I to get together and have a chat and compare notes. And that's kind of turned into something that, as Ash said, everybody who's now in the room is really our trading buddy. And I think that's a wonderful thing to do.
Yeah, and we've sort of developed now. We've developed now the ability to put a framework around the trading as well, haven't we? Where we do reviews, and we will do different products like as I mentioned with cryptos. We also do a lot of journaling in the show, and open the mic up as well to the panel, to the participants, so we can all kind of get involved in it. But it really does mean that we are trading buddies. So it's not just you and I just talking the whole time. You know, there's lots of other bits and pieces that are going on, and it really does
between
help.
us, we probably could talk for 2.5 hours, no problem.
Undoubtedly.
We've got 2.5 minutes now left now.
Okay, all right. So really at the expo, we're going to be talking, touching on the trading buddies aspect, and we'll be talking about the development that we kind of go through during the week. You know, how the week develops for us, and touching on the different aspects that we think are important to become a professional trader. And then we obviously put those aspects into the week. But it really is focused on community. You know, that's the whole kind of thread of what Geoff and I have discovered is the secret to our success. So we'll be talking quite a lot about that at the expo on the weekend.
And I think
we're on Sunday. Incidentally, sorry, I was just going to say we're on the Sunday. I think 7:30. Am I right in saying that?
Yes, 7:30 p.m. Singapore time is
Well,
correct.
it's a good time to bring that up, guys. Mike, can you post the link to New Opportunities Expo into the chat, please? Guys, if you want to see the speakers, just click on the link and have a look through. We are going from, I'm just trying to remember it exactly. We're going from 8 o'clock on 8 o'clock on Saturday and 7:25 on Sunday in the morning, and we're finishing around 9:30 both nights. So 8 o'clock Saturday, 7:25 Sunday starts. Different speakers both days. In that whole 28 hours of presenting, I think we have just got, I think Ainsley's doing one full session, one half session, and Justin's doing one full session, one half session, and everybody else is doing their half sessions. Ash and Geoff, 1 minute. Anything else before I hand on to George?
Only from me that I think it's a marvelous event. I can't believe how many people you've got together. Well done for that. But I would also like to add my, I guess, rubber stamp to what I said earlier, which was how even, you know, at age 64 and still learning things, you can teach an old dog new tricks, apparently. And I've learned quite a few off Ash, and where I think melding into a kind of, not a different strategy, but certainly an enhanced strategy from my point of view that I'm trading these days. So, yep, happy to be a trading buddy of Ash and anyone who comes into the room, of course.
Cheers, mate. Look, let's go next to George. I do want to remind you guys, you can have a look at the webpage and see little bios and everybody, as well as what time we're speaking. And look, one of the things we're looking for on the weekend, we'll have Gary in all day, both days, and he'll be emceeing it, keeping everyone running on time. We'll be asking guys to run on time. We're going to go from George, then we'll have a quick chat with Justin. We've got plenty in the room. We've got Kylie to get to, Shukri to get to. We have got plenty in the room. I'm pretty sure we've got Jed coming in as well, and Nick coming in from America a little bit later in the show. One of the things I'm going to ask you guys to do is, gosh, Joe, we can't have everybody do that stuff for you, mate. It's just not the way it works. If you've got any questions, please put them in the questions box, put them on YouTube, put them in Facebook, put them in the chat here, and we'll get them answered as much as we possibly can. So we're going to go to George. George, how you doing? Welcome back, mate. It's been a while.
Hey, it's been a while, Paul. Good to see all the faces here. Good to hear Geoff and Ash speaking. I'm well.
Yeah, it's been a while for you, hasn't it? And, Bali 2 years ago for you, wasn't it? Just over 2 years ago, I think it was.
Yeah, 2 years ago, I was one almost a year into the process that I just for a nice little phrase around it is my 3-year metamorphosis. You know, I've been trading for 12 years, and for those who don't know me, interest enough, Paul was one of my very first trading coaches. And for those who love cricket, you know, every chance I get to tell the story, I must tell you. So there I was at a beautiful hotel in Johannesburg, having paid for this expensive coaching 4-hour session with Paul. I rocked up at the hotel, and man, I left there so frustrated. I just could not understand this guy. I mean, on the phone and webinars were super, but in person, I mean, that 4-hour session was really more of a cricketing commentary. Now, I can watch cricket, you know, as long as it's quick and the guys are just doing their quick stuff in 20 overs, etc. But this was a 3-day event, and it happened to be New Zealand playing, and I didn't know that was a cricket coach.
Mate, that game was Australia-South Africa, and South Africa had Australia like 20 for 8. And I thought you guys might bowl them out for the lowest test score in history, which previously was ours. Actually, it's still ours because you didn't do it. Nathan Lyon came in and got you guys to 40 odd. Anyway, George, talk us about trading.
So yeah, that's where I learned the best of my trading. But in any case, I've been trading for 12 years. But my background is quite interesting. I'm a corporate guy, and I've spent over 25 years in the C-suite. I'm a chartered accountant by training, and you know, I've held virtually every position you can think of at director level, finance, CFO, marketing, culminating in being CEO of some global companies. And my last position was a pretty exciting turnaround job in Saudi Arabia, of all places, where I had a huge project I was working on. And besides my corporate career, I'm also a bit of an academic. I have a doctoral degree in leadership, which is also underlined by became a meta coach along the way, because I always wanted to improve myself and I wanted to find ways to make myself better. So I came across meta coaching and learned a whole lot about how the mind works and how you can apply that to yourself. So fuse all of that together. I wanted to become financially independent at some point in time, and the opportunity to take up trading came up, and I figured, hey, you know, I can make things work. I'm pretty smart. I've built a career for myself. How difficult can this be? So I came in rather a very expensive route, which, you know, I won't go through it at this stage. So you guys are in the right place. Don't follow the route that I followed. But in that, you know, all sorts of things were revealed to me about trading, and I eventually found out that I actually enjoyed that, just simple trading. You know, remove everything on a chart, leave just the 20 EMA, and I can trade because I can see patterns and start to trade of that. So I had a huge amount of success in everything I mentioned, in my career, in my family life, in coaching, anything you could think of. Whatever I touched turned to gold. And I was building a nice life for myself. You know, I had a goal that when I came out of the Saudi Arabia opportunity, I'll go live in Mauritius, retire on the island early. And I did. For 18 months, I did live in Mauritius. But something happened. As I was kicking off my corporate career, I accepted the Lord Jesus Christ, and became a Christian. And typical me, I absolutely said to myself, there is no ways I'm going to build my life the way I see many inverted commas Christians out there. We say one thing and you do something else. You preach one thing and you do something else. Or even if you're a nice guy, the things that you preach, they seem almost like you got to die first, go to heaven to enjoy them. And yet that's not what the Bible says. The Bible says these things are there for you to function in. So I always had a question which frustrated a lot of, let's call it my teachers. You know, my point was, listen, the Bible says I am a son of God. How do I actually live this thing? There can't be a disconnect. I can't be told, you know, that you're in Christ, you are in abundance, you are in riches, you're a son of God, and yet my life is just a complete mix of that. Yes, I've got outward success that I've created for myself out of my own sweat, energy, and you know, nose to the grindstone. But that's not what this Bible is telling me. And I didn't get many answers, unfortunately. I think I was asking difficult questions, you know, because I kept on saying, hang on a second, I'm supposed to be operating out of peace, out of rest, out of love, but I'm grinding everything that Adam was told when he fell, that, you know, you're going to live by the sweat of your brow. That's how I'm living. So there's a mismatch. I eventually came to realize that at some point in time, I had to take ownership of my journey. And by that, I simply realized that I'm the one who has to go to the Lord and ask him directly and say, you've put all of this stuff here. What does it mean? And that question was always the question I asked continually. And I, again, because I thought I was a smart guy, I tried to do things for myself. I remember just as I was going into Saudi Arabia, I said to my wife, I'm going to memorize the book of Proverbs. He said, why do you want to memorize 31 chapters of the book of Proverbs? I said, well, it's written by Solomon primarily, greatest king, wisest guy, richest guy. If I can memorize it, then surely I can be like him and live happily ever after. And sure enough, I started, and I did, because I know how to make these things work. Took a whole lot of time to get it done. But I realized that even with that knowledge, something else was still missing. I just could not connect to the thing I was looking for. And I learned one thing, that if you persist in asking, you will get the answer. I just didn't know. I didn't know how the answer would come. I can tell you now, 3 years after the effect, but I hit a brick wall, complete brick wall. Everything just shut. Everything I was doing so well out of my intelligence, out of my intellect, out of being having a doctorate in business leadership as a chartered accountant, out of career expertise, everything hit a brick wall. I just could not make things work. And guess what I did? I just moved into Mauritius at that stage. I sat down one day and I said, well, I know how to fix this. It's pretty easy. So I came up with a whole program for myself that I called Reinvent George. I even wrote a book on reinvention on that, and I kicked it off. And guess what happened? Nothing happened. All my mind powers, all my energy, all my effort, nothing absolutely worked. It was just like the doors had been shut. And true, there's a scripture that says, Christ is the one, when he shuts doors, no one can open the door. When he opens doors, no one can shut the door. And I really hit rock bottom. Got to a stage where I realized that my grand plan to live on the island, was not going to work. So I had to face my wife and say, listen, babes, things are not working. She was like, what do you mean are not working? I mean, you've got coaching clients, you know how to trade, you can get jobs, there is guys that have been hounding you while you were in Saudi Arabia. Just phone them and they'll give you work. I had a list of over 200 top executive CEOs, my friends, most of them. I called them and absolutely nothing happened. I even said, guys, listen, you know me, I'll work for free. You pay me when you got the results because you will get the results. Nothing happened. So we moved back to Johannesburg. I remember, one day I really absolutely hit rock bottom. And I call that the darkest day of my life. I could not get out of bed. I had all the curtains shut, literally shut. And I really just felt, well, the only way out of this, it was a clever scheme. The only way out of this, I got to figure out how to put a bullet in my head, make it look like armed robbery in Johannesburg so my wife and daughter and son can get the payout from the insurance. That was a plan, but I could not even work that out. How do you actually do it? You need some clever thinking to do it, But the rock bottom was, I put my pistol in my mouth. And at that moment, there is a scripture that says the Lord rose from Zion. I experienced something inside of me that was a violent shout. And that violent shout literally pulled me back from, I was at the brink. It was a few seconds away. And that pulled me out. And I'm going to be talking about that at the X, not about the event, but what happened. And simply what happened is I built my life out of the expertise that we all have out of our human soul. That's where our intellect is, our mind is, we train, we develop, everything we operates out of the soul. But my cry for years and years to say, God, there's got to be something you got to show me. This stuff you put in the Bible can't be lies. Triggered something else that made me come to a position where I realized, hang on a second, we actually we're one person, but we made out of three parts. We have a spirit, we have a soul, and we have the body we live in. And we operate out of our soul. And if you're a Christian, everything that you hear about, you are in Christ. And it doesn't matter. I was saying to Paul in one of our conversations that I'm non-denominational. It doesn't matter how you become a Christian. It could be, I won't mention names, but here in South Africa, we even have guys who can't afford to have a building. They sit under a tree with the Bible. Does not matter. As long as you believe in Christ, this is applicable to you. But we have a spirit, and the Spirit of God talks to our spirit. And what now sits in our human spirit is what gets translated into our soul, and out of our soul starts to operate in our lives. Now, I had built my life out of my soul, and all my success was anchored to that. And when God shut that down, all he wanted to do, and it took 3 years for it to get through my thick skull, was for me to stop living out of my soul and everything that comes out of it. The soul was created by God. It's a creative, powerful force that has built the world that we live in. But that's not how we're supposed to live as Christians. We're supposed to live in our spirits. That's where we commune with God. And then we take all stuff that comes from our spirit and we put it into our soul, and we creatively build out of that. So
one more minute, move along, okay?
Yeah, so I will explore that and give you some of the other stuff that I've gone through. But the key outcome of that is this year, through the shutdown, something shifted. One thing that I carried on, I had a lot of clients that were on this program where I would provide daily chart analysis. And I noticed something shifting throughout this lockdown and up to now. All of a sudden, I was, well, not all of a sudden, out of the 3-year process, the way I could see charts was different. I can literally just sit there and wait and understand that it's not the effort that I put in out of my soul that's going to provide for me. But my provision comes from outside of my trading, from outside my coaching, from outside anything I do with my clients. Whether I have that or not, I'm still going to be provided for. So my price action trading is now at a stage, I'm trading live and I'm on Zulu Trade, and that all can be seen. And I'll give you a lot more details as to see how that has changed in terms of the results I'm actually providing. I say I'm quite passionate about this, so let me stop now at this stage.
Cheers, George. Thanks for that, mate. I'm pleased you didn't do anything bad with the gun, mate. It's it's amazing to me how much when things get tough, how tough they are for us to deal with. And I'm pleased you're okay and going well, mate. And I'm pleased I obviously I don't have the same faith, so I don't understand how that works for you. But I'm really pleased that you've turned the corner and your trading's back, and that you're really so comfortable in knowing what you see and knowing what you're doing, mate. It's a great place to be. And we've certainly got you along because I think there's a certain amount of people on the world that are really interested in that approach. And I look forward to hearing about it in a little more detail on Sunday, particularly the good stuff, to be fair. Justin, let's hear from Justin. Then we'll go to Kylie. Then we'll go to Shukri. I'm hoping Nick's going to join us around top of the hour. We'll have the team hang around. And we've got Lando's back, so we'll have a chat with him as well. And then we'll have the team doing a bit of stuff along the way. Guys, I'm happy for any questions. We'll break in with any questions that you've got.
Hi, Paul. Hi. Can you guys hear me?
Can hear you, Justin. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Loving life.
All right. So very happy to see so many people come in. Nice to see a lot of familiar faces. Nice to see George. Last time I saw you was in Bali around probably like 2 years ago now. So very nice to see you come back. So I'm also very excited about this weekend's event. I'm so excited that I'm going to be speaking twice. So I'll be speaking on Saturday and on Sunday, both at 11-ish a.m. So if you, so for Saturday, I'm going to be talking about the general markets, what is happening right now, and how to navigate the market in this very peculiar situation right now, and what you can expect for 2021. So, we have the vaccine, we have, elections over, what's coming next, and what we can expect. I'm also going to be sharing about, what are some of the major changes that's happening in the economy right now that you should be aware of, and how that can affect your trading, your portfolio, and also the allocation of your different assets in terms of how to build an income for yourself. I'm also going to be sharing an opportunity and also a strategy that I've actually been trading, for the past couple of years that has generated a lot of returns, and I can't wait to share with all of you this new strategy that has actually a couple of people that I've shared with have also had amazing results. So I'll be sharing that with all of you on Saturday. On Sunday, I'm going to be talking about something different. I'm actually going to be sharing about what is the journey to become a successful trader on a professional level. So this is something that, in general, I don't really talk about too much because it's going on at a very deeper level, not just on the mechanics of trading, but also, what it means and how to actually position yourself, what kind of mindset you need, and how to, deal with the the challenges and the road ahead as well. So I'm going to be spending a little bit more time on that on Sunday as well. So I think both Saturday and Sunday sessions are going to be quite different. One is about, you know, the market, what's happening. And so it's kind of like external stuff and what you can actually do about it. And Sunday is more about internal, how you can deal with yourself as a trader, as an investor, and how to actually position yourself for success as well. So I'm going to be very excited about sharing with all of you on both days. And I hope to see all of you come in for the weekend as well. All right. So with that, I'm going to, you know, pass it to Paul, see if he has anything to add on to that.
No, just looking forward to hearing you speak, mate. I think it's a time when I've been around not nearly as long as Geoff, not quite as long as Geoff. I've been around for a while now, and I haven't seen a market where we have this scenario where the world's biggest economy is kind of gridlocked because half the population believes one guy and half the population believes another guy. And I'm not even going to get into who I believe, because it doesn't really matter. But that the markets are different right now than I've seen for a while, and that's because we just don't really know what's going to happen. And you can't help but have this feeling that the wrong thing might happen, you know. And getting some people to talk about this on the weekend, how these markets are going to go. Your session, Joy, on Bidenomics, how heel effect things becomes, and I think it's really important for traders to be prepared. Right, this is a different market to what we're used to, right?
Yeah, definitely. And you see there's, you know, a huge shift in what's happening in the world with, you know, with digital assets, with all of that stuff going on. No one is really safe if you just sit still. So there's going to be a lot going on, and you have to be aware of some of the changes that are coming through.
I reckon that's something, Justin, that's really important. This thing about, sitting still. I think what we're saying is, the more there's uncertainty and fear in the world, the more people want to do nothing and just basically close their eyes, bury their head, and hope that it goes past. But they're the guys who lose. And being able to get some information and make some good decisions. I'm not talking about taking 2 trades next week. I'm talking about really starting to work out where you should be allocating your money. And look, allocating your money sounds, depending on, for different people, allocating your money sounds quite grand. But even if you have very little, have an understanding of how much of your money is tied up in, for instance, your property, if you've got one, how much you've got in savings, how much you've got if you do have investments. And trying to tweak that ratio a little bit for the markets that we're in is really important. And we've got some great people speaking about that as we go. Look, about you, Justin?
Yep, that's it from me. I look forward to seeing all of you in the weekend.
Cheers, Justin. We look forward to seeing you on the weekend as well, mate. Going to be nice to have the team catch up. We had a lot of mentions from the team of Bali. We're going to go to Kylie next. Shukri and Lando to go after that. We think that Nick will join us a bit later on as well. But before we go to Kylie next, I want to talk a bit about Bali. And, there's clearly that there's no chance of us being in Bali in the next week or two. So the trading retreat will be in Singapore. I will be there around 24th, 25th, 26th of January. Let me just bring those dates and just confirm. And the majority of the team will be remote, and I will be there. And we'll be talking more about 24, 25, 26, 27 January. And we'll be talking more to you guys about that in a couple of weeks. We need to get over the event on the weekend and get that done and going really well. And then we'll start talking about trading retreats again. The truth is it's going to be different. We're trying to find ways to make sure that, I thought that the retreat in Bali was quite special in a lot of ways. And we've got to find some ways to do this online, which is still a bit unique and a bit special. Should ask if we can do some trade stuff. And look, it's just not, we can't do it tonight. I don't think we're not going to have the chance, Roy. And we'll do some more of that stuff. We'll get some guys in who are more straight on the charts for you guys. But I expect the weekend to be a lot of bigger picture stuff than real detail trading stuff. Again, there's a lot of different people, so that's not completely true, but it's certainly the feel for the weekend as we can be. Look, I'm going to suggest you as a trader, you want to get the big picture stuff right. You want to listen to guys like Justin, Leon, Ho, Julian, guys who are in the commercial trading space and can get you on the right side of a lot of things. Little stuff can come. If you know what side to be, if you can get your market bias right, you can understand market bias well and get on the right side, trading becomes a lot easier. And that's what these guys can help you to do on the weekend. Kylie, welcome along. What can you tell us about yourself and what you'll be talking about on the weekend?
Hello. Hi, got my camera. How's it going?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good. So I'm a bit new to Paul's online trading world, but not new to Paul. How's that? But realised I was only hanging out in Bali, but obviously I only go to hang out in Bali and have holidays. So I'm obviously missing something about hanging out in Bali.
We have some holiday while we're there, Kylie, but until last year, we've been every year now, and we take about 20 traders and about 25, about 20 staff and 25 traders down there most years, and trade full time for a week together. And to be honest, it's, the clients love it because they get access to people they could never get access to otherwise. But we love it as well because it's just a chance for us to catch up and to create the relationships and the humour. We've had some great times in Bali along the way. I think last year in a week we made 17% as a team. It's just,
So I should just hand over the trading to you, and I'll just enjoy the spas like I normally do. You can do the work for me. I'm out there. How's that?
Ainsley's going to talk about that on the weekend. She'll be talking about other people trading your money on the weekend. What are you talking about on the weekend, Kylie?
So I'm Kylie, for people that obviously don't know me. I'm known as the cash flow queen. So basically I look at creating six-figure online businesses. My background is in the corporate world. So I actually met Paul the first time I attempted to leave that corporate world when I learnt to Forex trade. Got quite good at Forex trading, but then I lost my account overnight because my broker went into receivership. So learning curve there, have different brokers. So then I went back to the corporate world into recruitment. And but then of course I got this bug for the entrepreneurial world, which is what I did. And I started to learn about affiliate marketing and online marketing, which I started to dabble in while I was still at work. And then I literally left the corporate world, started selling other people's online programs and got into big affiliate programs. But then what I realized was my passion was kind of how could I take the online internet marketing world and help the business world, which is what I obviously loved coming from a state agency and recruitment and that sort of world. So now basically I turned my hat at helping other people create online courses, programs and membership sites and showing them how to create additional income streams. So my baby is kind of how to go from having a zero product to launching in under 12 weeks to get your return on investment and use your existing knowledge and skills to create courses that people need. So it was funny that obviously, I think it was Justin or one of the guys was just talking about having digital assets. So, it's a big marketplace at the moment. The online world is 315 billion of sales going around the world in the online marketing space. And creating assets from existing knowledge and skills is one of those elements that you can tap into to create different income streams. So that's what I'm going to be talking about, is how you can do that in a simple 4-step process.
Cheers, Kylie. You're based in the UK. What time are you speaking? What day are you on and what time are you speaking?
Yeah, so I'm on Sunday and it's 6:15 Singapore time, which is about 10 o'clock UK time on Sunday morning. So I'm looking for a Sunday morning session. I'm really excited to be doing that, excited to be listening to some of the other speakers because obviously I know the trading world as well. So I'm going to be looking out for obviously what the market's doing, how they see the economy, because obviously I'm talking to a lot of businesses about, how their businesses are going broke, what they're doing, how they're trying to pivot services online at the moment, changing the way that they work so they can tap into these other marketplaces for income. So looking forward to seeing some of the other speakers as well.
Cheers, Kylie. I'm going to, before I push on to Shukri, and talk a little bit about the keynote speakers who will be here on the weekend.
Awesome.
They can't be with us tonight. Sorry, who was that?
Oh, no, that's awesome. Lovely. Looking forward to it.
Yes. Thank you. Look, they can't be with us tonight. We managed to get Leon a couple of weeks ago to take 20 minutes off while he was working and sneak into an office and have a chat with us on this show a couple of weeks ago. And boy, it was fascinating. And Leon's a guy that when I moved to Denmark right at the start, before I was trading anywhere else, he was the only trader I knew. And I used to catch up with him every now and again, have a coffee and talk about the markets. And really, Leon was the guy that encouraged me into Forex trading. He's the guy that said to me that, I remember I was asking him, what I needed to do. And he just said, look, just calm down. You're a clever guy, you've got lots of ideas. And if you do that, if you follow those ideas through, you'll make it work. And they brought a lot of confidence for me. And yeah, I'm super looking forward to having him speak on the weekend. He's chief analyst for one of the large European banks. I think they trade $260 billion. I get a bit confused now. $260 billion they manage. Amazing story. This you know, with over 200 billion in management, they've got a trading team of 4. You know, so he'll talk a little bit about how that works, and he's really keen to talk to you guys about. Look, he just said to me, just tell him I want to talk about how they have same traders can make a 6-figure sum a year, and largely, look, let me get this. He's going to say in the most lovely ways, pull your finger out, sort it out, get going, and do these things you know you need to do. He's going to talk about the process. He's going to talk about trading as a business. He's going to talk about that's a restaurant and it works like this. This is a trading business and it works exactly the same. You've got to have processes. You've got to have systems. And he's going to take you through those processes and systems that he uses to do all this. Now, again, to be clear, when I knew Leon in Denmark, I love this about trading, right? I love this about trading. So I'd meet Leon on the weekend and we'd have a coffee or more likely a beer, but whatever it was, talk about what he was doing. I didn't know that he was putting through $1 billion a year on his own as a stay-home trader. I didn't know the size what he was doing with 100 grand in the account he was trading, you know. But man, this guy's got some wisdom. And Michael Bourne, I was talking to Michael today, and look, Michael Bourne's like a lot of you guys. You know, when I started chatting with Michael today, and I started looking at Michael, I'm really busy. We're organising this expo. I've been up all night. We're going to be working really hard. And 2 hours later, it's like, oh, I got to go, man. He's just a good man. And look, I love the story about him because Michael Bourne set up Mitron. I think it's Mitron, his company, publicly listed, set it up from scratch. He's been in the Forbes top business under $1 billion twice, Forbes Business of the Year. Super clever guy, and he puts things in perspective for me. He's blind in one eye, nearly blind in another, and he still has managed to do that. He still trades better than I do, and he's a real example for, you know, some of the things that we think are tough. Perhaps they're not quite so tough. Maybe getting out of bed half an hour early in the morning to trade isn't quite such a big deal as opposed to being technically blind in one eye and you know, sort of 70% gone vision in the other eye, and he can still do this stuff, and he is amazing at it. And I was talking to him today about some of the trading he's done recently, and boy, he's sharp. And he's going to talk to people about overcoming obstacles. He's going to talk about the journey and what it takes to get there. And he's going to tell you guys, and he's going to tell us guys, he's going to tell us that trading is about nothing but process. That, you know, you've got to have your rules, you've got to stick to them. And if you do that, you'll end out okay. And if you don't, well, you'll end out where everyone else ends out. And I'm really looking forward to both of these speeches. We've got Michael on Saturday at 12:15 Singapore. We've got Leon on Sunday at 3:30. And yeah, I've got to say, super privileged to have a couple of guys turning up and doing this for us. I said to Michael Bourne when I spoke to him, I said, mate, I just can't pay you for a business of our size. I just can't pay you what you charge for this normally. And he said, there's no problem, boss. Buy me a bottle of wine next time I'm out in Bali and we'll call it quits. And I love that guys with that kind of wealth. And he's not a millionaire. He's well past that. Are prepared to give back and to give back so openly and easily. And he's actually had to move a couple of things around on the weekend to speak in the spot. He had a couple of things changed. Don't miss it, guys. I think, hi, Anderson. I don't think you should miss them. I think listen to them both. There'll be things that you'll remember. You'll take. This is my experience of them both, right? I can tell you 5 things that Leon spoke to me about that I'll never forget as a trader. And we spoke for hours and hours and hours, but I picked some stuff out of that really set me up and really helped me. And Michael Bourne's the same. We'll sit there with a bottle of wine and talk about everything else. And for 5 minutes, we'll talk about the markets or business. And he'll give me some gem every now and again. I'll just take it away and think, boy. In fact, speaking of today, Roy, I'm going to buy oil. I'm not sure when just yet, but I'm going to buy oil and it's not far away. That I got my conversation with Michael today. So if you're looking for trade, I'm trying to find a trade in oil. And I don't normally go looking for trades. It's quite unusual for me, but I like this case. So they're our if you like, our marquee speakers. We've got Leon coming in, we've got Michael coming in. Obviously, we've got the likes of Julian and Justin as well, who are established senior traders as well. I think it's always good to hear from those institutional guys as well. On that note, Shukri, you were saying something about
Yes.
Bitcoin going to infinity and beyond.
Screen? Okay.
What's the number? What was the prediction?
18,000 K in 2021. That's what Citibank gives. So what I will show you on Sunday at 4:45 is to show you the path. Now you guys have Google, right? I want you to do something now, because now you guys are gonna ask, am I too late? It's 17. Well, it went to 18.5 actually. Am I too late? No, you're not. If you would go now to Google Trends, you just type in Bitcoin, put it 5 years. When it was high, it was here. When it was low, it was here. You're still early. And that's why following at 4:45 is very important, because I will show you where the path is. You see, unlike other assets, Bitcoin, we know where the wallets are. You know, there are companies, you know, like Ray has his markets made clear, right? He has COT data. There is something similar to COT. It's even more accurate than COT in Bitcoin. You know where the wallets are. And as long as you know where the Bitcoin is, you guys know whether you are late or not late. Now that's one. Now the next thing is, how many people here are from Malaysia? How many guys are from Malaysia? Yeah, Malaysia. If you are from Malaysia, or if you are from a country that has politicians, we'll ask Paul afterwards. Maybe the politicians in New Zealand are better right now. We in Malaysia, Paul, we had this deputy minister just said that, you know what we should do to help the COVID? We should print more ringgit. We should print more money.
Honestly, Shukri, modern monetary theory, MMT is going to be, we're going to hear that kind of talk in the next 5 years. We're going to talk about it all around the world. You know, you're talking about Bitcoin, mate. One of those things, you know, when Apple was going up, right, people were going, it's gone too far, it's gone too far, and they've missed. And when you're doing that, there's a lot of other stocks, a lot of other stuff, but missing it was probably a mistake, but there's a lot of distraction.
Yes.
Here's the thing. If you need money to eat, if you need money for your mortgage, and for God's sake, don't put anyone near Bitcoin. But if you've got a little bit of spare money, that is an obvious play in the world. And it's a play where you've got to be prepared to sit through it going back to 3,000 and wait. You know, again, I'm not heavily into crypto, but boy, I wouldn't be without it. I think you need to have some of it in your Paul of idiots.
Yeah, this is what Stan Druckenmiller and Paul Tudor Jones, two billionaire fund managers, said, and this is very important. What did they say? They said the same thing. They have more gold than Bitcoin. They have a very little bit of Bitcoin. They have more stocks. Stanley Druckenmiller said, I have more gold than Bitcoin, but I'm putting money into Bitcoin because the beta is higher. That's it. And that's what we have to know. We're not asking you to sell your house for Bitcoin. Okay, please don't do that. It needs to be part of your portfolio. So important. And for Malaysians, you guys might think this guy will never make it. Well, why don't you look at Canada and see how young Justin Trudeau is? Why don't you look at Austria and see how young Sebastian Kurz is? Because this guy, Paul, is the youth head of the party that rules Malaysia.
Look, around the world, we have seen a move away from practical people to charismatic leaders. And if you've got some charisma these days, people vote for you, and you don't have to have a lot of anything else from what I can see. I don't mean to be rude about them, but I don't see too many of them and think, look, I can't think of a global leader at the moment where I think, wow, there's a super clever dude, right? Or female. I just don't think that. I think, New Zealand's a great example. Jacinda really has made her mark out of being compassionate and being good with people and saying the right things and in the right moments and big moments showing some caring for people. But I don't know that I think, look at Jacinda and think, wow, there's a super clever person. Time to get to
guys, remember, like I said to Paul, right? Paul, all the Bitcoin or crypto people, the way we do analysis, and our TA is very young. Okay, it's only 2 years old, so maybe we're dumb here or something. I'm sure the Forex guys has more experience. So the Bitcoin and crypto guys gave a target of Bitcoin between 70 and 80, and the Forex guy gives it at 318.
Look, it's one of those things that, sorry, Shukri, for me, again, one of the things about the market, right? if we ask the people in this room right now, by the way, guys, the price tonight's $100 voucher at the expo. So if you're in the show, we're going to draw at the end of the show tonight, and someone will win $100 voucher for the expo. It's one of the things, Shukri, one of the things I love about trading, right? And I think you've got to put it in some kind of, look at it perspective. But I reckon that if you and I Googled right now, mate, we can find 100 people telling us Bitcoin's going to go up and 100 people telling us Bitcoin's going to go down. And you can listen to the ones you want to listen to, right? But they're all out there, right? And they're all right some of the time, and they're all wrong some of the time, right? It's not a big deal. But you've just got to look at these things with some common sense stuff. The truth is that there are intelligent people saying that if I buy a Bitcoin at 17,000 with a stop loss of 1,000, I could make 50 to 1 out of the next 2 years or the next year. And that, my risk is that it comes. I mean, I said last time that Bitcoin can't go below $3,000 because most people are like me, right? We've lost our wallet, so we can't sell the damn stuff anyway. So you can never get it all the way down because there's always a group of people that can't even find their Bitcoin, right? But to not be in the game, it would have been unthinkable at times to be an investor in the past and have no stocks. And, I just think it's unthinkable to suggest that today that you're going to be, a serious size investor and not have something in the Bitcoin rate. And look, and I should be really careful here and say, if you're in 2 or 3 other really high risk products, then get out of Bitcoin. That's not the answer, right? But if you're not in high risk stuff, then you want a high return punt. Then I think crypto's a clear option for that. Mate, I've got to go to Orlando. Before I do, what time are you on, Shukri?
4:45 on Sunday. So we'll see the path. Okay, then you guys decide whether it's 80K or 318K. The answer lies somewhere in between.
Mate, and it's one of those things, right? We're traders, will go where it goes, right? We just run along for the thing. If you want to have a chat with, if you want to do Shukri's session, 4:45 on Sunday. We'll be heading down the home straight by the time Shukri comes along. She's going to be a busy few days. We have got some great speakers. I'm super excited about what is coming up here. And talk about what's coming up next. Orlando, how you doing, man?
Hey, how are you, mate? I'm sorry about earlier. How's everybody doing?
I think we're doing okay, mate. How about you?
I'm doing just fine, mate. Just seeing the sunrise right now.
I'm hoping to miss sunrise in the morning. I'll tell you that, Orlando. Mate, what time are you speaking on the weekend, and what are you talking about, and why should
actually, I was looking for my time for the time I was speaking, and I couldn't find it because
8:15 Saturday, mate. You're speaking at 8:15.
Well, I'm speaking at 8:15 on Saturday night, right?
Yep.
Well, I'll be talking about how the way that I trade, the way that I look at the markets, and it all starts with a very zoomed out perspective. I look at the fundamental analysis of the markets that I want to trade, and first of all, I only trade the markets that I understand the fundamentals about. Because one of the things that I've learned the hard way is that you don't need to trade everything, and that you should not be trading markets that you don't understand why they're moving the way they're moving, right? So I start with a very macro view of the markets that I want to trade. Most of my trading is currencies. I do trade a little bit of gold and a little bit of equities, but mostly it's currencies. So I start with a very global view of the markets, right? When I get to my bias, for example, let's say I'm right now, of course, everybody's fundamentally bearish on the US dollar, right? So I start with that bias, then I go to my charts, and then I look for the financial product, or for the best financial product that's going to yield the best risk to reward on a short US dollar idea. When I choose that, I go in depth into technical analysis, and I will show you exactly how I look for my levels, how I find my levels, how I wait for my confirmations, and basically how I trade. The way that I trade, it's not a day trading scheme. You have to be patient because not only because the moves that I target are big, but also because there are fewer trades, and sometimes you are going to get stopped out at break even. Sometimes you're going to get stopped out at a loss, but most of the times you're going to yield a profit on a big running trade. So patience is key. And I'm going to finish off with something that I do feel it's super important, and that is a little bit. I'm going to talk about a little 7 to 10 minutes about trading psychology and the correct mindset that you need to have in front of your computer when you're trading, because this is not a game, right? So basically,
sorry, Orlando, we've just lost you. You still there? Can anyone else hear Orlando? Have we lost him?
He's Gornsky.
Mate, I've got a couple of questions for you if you do come back, Orlando, but in the meantime, we will push along. A couple of things I want to talk about. We talked about prizes, and we're giving up registration prizes, and you get this and you get that, but to win the daily prize, you don't have to register every day, Helen. There's no need to register every day. All you've got to do is you've got to register. If you register on Tuesday, you get the Tuesday prize, the Wednesday prize, the Thursday prize, the Friday prize, and we do the event on Saturday. If you register on Thursday, you get the Thursday prize, the Friday prize, whatever it is. But you don't have to register on Tuesday and again on Wednesday and again on Thursday and again on Friday, because I'm paying a woman nearly full time to delete all the extra registrations from the thing. By the way, numbers look really good for the event. I spoke in an expo in Summit in Australia a few weeks ago. A guy asked me on late notice to help out. I went down and I did it online, obviously, but I went and helped them out on short notice. And we've already got more than twice the number registered that that event had. Expecting to have really good numbers all weekend. So again, I really encourage you guys. I appreciate if you guys can put it out there for us, get your friends along, and the more that can watch this, the better off we will be. Now, it's about 8 a.m. in the morning on the New York side of America, and not far from where Nick lives, and I think it's it's just Cincinnati. And he was in touch with me around 2 in the morning America to tell me he'd definitely be here, 4 in the morning to tell me he'd definitely be here, and 6 in the morning to tell me he'd definitely be here. And right now he is not here. I think he may well, having stayed up all night with the excitement, I think he may well have fallen asleep. Look, I'm going to run us quickly through the list of speakers. If you have any questions, I'm going to answer the questions. I'm going to ask the team to jump in here and answer any questions. Look, I'm going to go a little bit over today. I'm going to have 5 minutes of answering any questions you guys have got. The team will help me. And after that, we're going to do a prize draw and we'll jump out of here. I'll be back next week with Andrew, the Forex trading coach. He'll be back with me next week. After that, it's and we'll be talking about his approach to Forex trading. The week after that, I'll be joined by Peter Mitchell as we relaunch the trading software with the recent changes. Some really amazing stuff in there. Listen to Peter on Sunday. He'll be talking about the basic version of the trading software, the non ATW one, the non proprietary one, if you like. I haven't missed anyone, have I? If you have any questions, put them in the questions box and we will answer them in the meantime. And we will say things like, great question, buddy, well done. But if you're having a look through, you guys have all seen this. Once you register, you'll get this affiliate link in the mail. I spoke to Lisa earlier today. She told me that all the affiliate links have gone out, that all of the, everyone who should have an email has got an email. You can see there, I open up both days. They'll be reasonably short sessions. We've got Mark and Nick early in the day. Look, if you're looking for I met Mark. I think I met Mark before I met Geoff, and he's a fascinating man. And he's just an interesting guy, and he trades a little option strategy every morning, and he calls it his half-hour options income strategy. Someone should change the website. That's about 30 times to make it the half-hour options income strategy that he trades. Super clever guy, super clever way of trading, and ultra consistent over a long period of time. Interesting guy. Just sponsored him in his bike ride across one of the states of Australia. He's currently fighting somewhere else and searching for orchids. He's just a little bit different. And last I heard, he's a director of I don't know how many companies. It's a huge amount of companies, and just a fascinating dude. And you get a chance to listen to him. If you don't know much about options, have a listen to him, and he will talk to you guys about covered calls and puts, and how to use those particularly to protect stock allocations, but how to profit them generally. But we've got Phil Horner coming in, and life's just not the same without a broker in the room. And Phil will be in talking about the world's lowest cost broker, giving you guys a chance. There's a little bit of a promo company. Fusion are a company that give no extras, no promos. They give low cost and nothing else. And he's got a little extra sorted out for you guys on Saturday morning at 8:30. We've got Chris coming in after that to talk about institutional trading. He's going to be talking about fractals. He's going to be talking about fractals and how you can use fractals across a number of different markets. Nikki Connors in it after that. She's a New Zealander, well-known property developer in New Zealand and speculator. And Singaporeans are the only people overseas that can invest in New Zealand property. We've got Justin after that, Michael after that, Nick speaking about VAs. And look, that's what I want to say about this event before I wrap it up. And if you've got any questions, we'll ask the questions. But this is what we did. We went and found a bunch of people that we trusted, and we asked them who they trusted. And they're the people that are speaking at this event. And look, I put this in an email I sent earlier on today that, in my view, in the world right now, there's so many experts and gurus and blah, blah, blah. And we all know that 90% of them are complete rubbish. And that the hardest thing for the normal person out there is to know the difference. And what we did, the people that are speaking at this event are the people that I trust. They're the people that I would send my family to for help. And we asked them who they would use, and they brought those people. And the different organizations are bringing in their clients, and we're bringing in our clients, and we're sharing openly. And we want our clients to understand that if you need a VA, well, I hired Angel from Nick. He's the guy that found Angel for me. And I 100%, that could be the best decision we've made as a business in the last 12 months is hiring Angel. She's made a massive difference to the organization of this business. And she's showing me after 5 years of trying to get casual staff overseas that you can get a good person who can make a huge difference. So these people are good at this. George and his mind of price stuff. What's important for you is that this man has studied under Al Brooks for years, and he is a brilliant price action trader. You know, whatever it is, and this is the thing for mine, be it your faith, be it an awakening, be it a catastrophe, whatever it is that gives you your moment where you find clarity and then you start trading. Doesn't matter what it is. What matters is you have whatever it takes to go forward. And that man is a brilliant trader, and the results that he achieved over 2 or 3 years are phenomenal. Reshman coming in talking about stocks and options. Ainsley, you guys know, she'll be in as well. Scotty Styrus commentated the first game of the Indian Premier League of cricket this year. 200 million people watched that game. He is a superstar around the world of cricket, and he'll be in talking about what makes success. I got Scotty in, and look, I'm lucky I coached Scott and Andre, and I'm lucky to have good relationship with them. They both just don't do these things. They just don't speak. But one of the things I love about Scott Stiles as a player is that of all the players I've ever seen and coached, he's the one that when there was pressure on, he wanted to play. When the game was on the line, he wanted to bat and he wanted to bowl and he wanted to win. And he didn't care who he was going up against. He wanted the contest. And I think in trading, being able to master those moments, those big moments, where you've got to make decisions and you've got to get it right, being able to do that and having a process for doing that, I think. And I've been chasing Scott. Actually, I've been chasing Scott to come and do some work with me for 5 or 6 years now. I've tried to get him to Bali for the last 2 years, but he's been at the IPO instead. And how lucky are we? Where's Scott right now? He's just come back from the IPL and he's in managed isolation in New Zealand. He can't do a damn thing. So he's got 2 weeks free and he's finally going to come and speak to us. Don't miss it, guys. He is he's an amazing guy. He's mentally the toughest sportsman I ever saw. He is all about that. And do listen to these guys. These sports people do have some lessons for us. I'll be talking about the step strategy. Andre Adams comes in after that. Now, Andre Adams literally 4 years ago was struggling to feed his family, and now he coaches for New South Wales, the 4 best bowlers in cricket in the world. He has gone from absolutely nothing to the best, just like that. Another guy, and I've seen him go through some tough times. He's got the second most wickets of any New Zealander in first class cricket. He's an incredible cricketer and just a genuine nice guy. I was lucky enough to introduce him to his wife, and she worked for me many years ago. And I'd coached him for a long time. And again, he's a guy that will bring some real wisdom. You guys know Rain, you know Orlando. And I'm going to run out of time and not do the Sunday, but pick your people. This is my advice to you guys. Pick your people and pay attention for an hour. Don't sit there for 14 hours on both days and zone out. Pick your people, pay attention, take some notes, take away some useful, usable things that you can use to see if you can make that much change, because that much change today makes that much change in a week and that much change in a year. So use the stuff, and I'm so pleased we bring it to you. Don't miss Peter Davies at 8 o'clock on Sunday night. Honestly, one last story before I go. Peter Davies said to me, come and speak at my event, but he said, he's not going to sell anything. He said, I just don't want to do that. I've done a couple of big events recently. I'm over it. I'm tired. I just want to come and speak. And yesterday, he pushed out his database. He was speaking. We had more people turn up from him than anyone else. There's nothing in it for him. He didn't bring his database here. There's nothing in it for him. He just wants to help people. He is such a good man. Listen to Peter on Sunday. Don't miss Ash, Geoff, Shukri, Kylie. There's so much content on that Sunday. Make sure you're there. Now, I'm going to check the questions while you do a draw for me, please. Who's going to win the $100 voucher for use on the event? You've got to be in the room. The silence always scares me a little bit. Here we go. Who's going to win our prize today? We're going to click to spin. I'm looking for a new winner. Joe. Are you in the room? If you're in the room, send me a message. If I see the message in the next 15 seconds, you will be the winner. And if you're not, we will be going for our first ever redraw. We've never had a redraw on my show, and I just feel like one. I think we need to have the occasional redraw. Do we have anything from, hey, there you go, buddy. Look, Maya will grab your details off the registration sheet, get them to James, and we'll make sure. Come on Saturday, Sunday, spend your money, and we'll give you $100 back if you want to buy anything at all. It's a $100 voucher you can use on Saturday or Sunday for anything you want to buy over the weekend. Enjoy it. For those that have registered today for New Opportunities Expo, there's a $250 draw, which we'll do on the weekend for credit. There's a $250 cash draw tomorrow. There's a $500 country one on Saturday. And honestly, well, that stuff's all neat. It's absolute peanuts. Come along and listen to these people. See if you can find the one or two things that change your life. There are definitely one or two things that Leon said to me, one or two things that Julian said to me that just made a difference for me. And the truth is, you just got to sit there and listen until you find the bit that works for you. Come along on the weekend, listen to these good people, and find the part that works for you. Thanks for being with us. Hey, team, thank you guys very much for coming in. We'll see you guys on the weekend. See you all. Thanks, Mike. You can cut us off now. Thanks. You're welcome, man.